That's a big-time school project.
It is a big deal.
School projects don't get any bigger than this.
It doesn't even feel like school.
This is an 800 to 1,000-hour project.
About 8,000 parts.
It's not easy by any means.
20 kids from 4 high schools in Nelson County are building an airplane. And it's no model, this is the real thing.
I'm putting this nut back on.
It really is a team project.
It's a collaboration between students, schools, and community partners.
Really remarkable.
Bardstown's DUSTIN McCoy and his nonprofit Sunflower Fund provided most of the seed money to get the program off the ground.
And we said, if we buy a kit to build an airplane, will you let students come and do the work and get credit?
It's been a great experience for us because we're able to leave school and go do different things during the day other than just your standard sitting in a class, taking notes type thing.
We were very excited to use this as really a model to help think about what high school should look like.
The days of holding kids hostage in schools for 7 periods a day for 13 years, those days are past us. We need to think bigger about the nature of student experiences in schools.
We believe that every student should have a work-based experience prior to graduation.
It kind of opens up our eyes and I think the community's eyes in maybe creating other opportunities such as this in rural America and rural Kentucky.
So we're standing in an 8,000 square foot hangar.
CORY Johnson runs the Bardstown Airport, which is now also a classroom.
We are giving up a prime spot here to go towards this project. But the benefits of that, even though they're intangible, are hugely outweighing the financial benefits that the board was receiving from this space.
The result is one of the most heartening things I've ever had in my life.
There's something about being around young people.
Bill Hammond is an experienced aviator, making sure the kids are doing everything by the book.
They're up to the task and they're proving it. They're getting it done.
This thing right here.
They're learning communication. They're learning cooperation. They're adding a little bit to their work ethic. But the best thing they're doing is they're getting enough knowledge to make an informed decision. Do I want to be in the aviation industry as an adult?
Through this program, I kind of actually want to be a commercial airline pilot.
And so it just opened up the Bardstown Airport to me, and it opened up like all of the careers that are possible, and it's an amazing experience, and you can't really go wrong with it.
This is real world.
Tom Hamilton is the principal of Bethlehem High School.
You know, not only do they learn, but they actually produce something.
The plan is to sell the airplane when it's done.
We have to sell this airplane to have money to buy a kit for next year.
There's nice demand out there for an airplane like this. $230,000 to $250,000.
They're going to really feel that sense of accomplishment and achievement when someone is actually taking off in their plane. I mean, that they built. That's just got to be the best bonus here.
After assembling 8,000 parts and jumping through a year's worth of COVID-19 hoops, the project is finally complete and literally off the ground.
It passed inspection, and actually it's a nice airplane to fly. The performance is superb. The fact that these young people that spent so much time and were so focused on this airplane got to see it fly is just great.
Bill Hammond is an experienced aviator who taught the class, making sure the kids did everything by the book.
Installing the engine, installing the propeller, hooking up all of the electronics to the engine to monitor the engine. A daunting task.
I'm putting this nut back on.
It really is a team project.
These young types have got every reason to be really proud of what they accomplished because it's a handsome airplane.
Oh, yeah.
It's an incredible feeling of accomplishment.
It's pretty amazing.
We started out with some people not knowing which end of the screwdriver to hold on to.
These pieces that I had no idea what to do and what they did and what to do with them, and
we ended up with young types that could tell if a rivet was correctly driven just by listening to it.
I learned way more than I bargained for, in a good way.
As we grow up, we kind of look to what we're going to do in our careers. And we quite often look to what somebody in our family has done. If our parents did something, our uncles and aunts, we kind of figure that's what we're supposed to do. And if you don't have aviation
in your family, then you don't know. So a lot of the kids that came here are like, this is completely new, and so that's why it's such a great experience, because they can see firsthand, you know, what all the different careers are in aviation.
And boy, has it been successful.
Now I'm thinking about actually going into maintenance for airplanes.
Now I know for sure that I'm going to the University of Cincinnati for aerospace engineering, and I could not have done that without this.
Motivated, smart kids who really want to participate.
These young people in this program have reaffirmed my faith in the youth of America.
Just as they had planned to do, they've sold the airplane, generating funds to buy another kit and expand the program to include a flight training school for students at the Bardstown airport.
They learn how to fly the airplane all by themselves.
Of course, the instructor makes the first takeoff, but the student makes every takeoff after that. The instructor makes the first landing, but after that first landing, the student is flying the airplane and landing the airplane.
I knew how to fly a plane before I can drive.
And then there's also a portion of it where they learn to the groundwork and the studies so that they can pass what we call the written test.
I'm actually planning, once the program's over, to continue on to my private pilot's license.
You don't understand what freedom is like until you're in the cockpit and you have the controls in your hands, and it's not about power or control. It's like you appreciate just how small you are, but how big everything can be from up there. I made great relationships, and I learned a lot about myself and about my learning style and things like that, and I think I'm going to use that in the rest of my life.
We're really excited about the future of this program.
We are planning for this program to be here for a long time.
On assignment education at Samuels Field in Bardstown, I'm Sam Corbett.